And we will by the end of this year, assuming that the Vikings and Saints game goes forward as scheduled on Christmas Day, there will have been an NFL game played every day of the week. And that leads into something that we've kicked around from time to time. I wrote something about this yesterday.
Yeah.
There's definitely a thought
Come on.
in some of the upper reaches of the league to expand the windows. Now, this isn't because, hey, people seem to like Tuesday night football. They seem to like Wednesday night football. They seem to like doubleheaders on Mondays. This is an anticipation of where the puck is moving as it relates to gambling. Because at some point, before too long, and you think of how much the world's changed just since May of 2018 when the Supreme Court opened the floodgates for every state to adopt legalized sports wagering. And it's still changing all the time. At some point, you will be able, while watching a game, you will be seeing in real time what's happening in the stadium. The latency issue will be gone. So when you pick up your cell phone device and you make a bet on what's going to happen on the next play, you can lock it in. There's no chance that someone knows what's already occurred. What you see in your home is what's happening in the stadium. Once we get to that point, the market and the reason and the motivation, Chris, for having as few games on as possible will be significant because they want people to get engaged with one game.
Yeah, they want that
and
action.
Bet on one game.
Right.
On one, let's watch this one game and let's bet on whether or not it's going to be a run or a pass. Right. Are they going to score a touchdown or a field goal on this drive? And if you have 7 games going on at once, you're wasting opportunities to create this one thing.
Yeah.
That millions of people can focus on and wager on at once. That's what's driving this thought of creating more windows, whether it's more windows on Sunday, the early morning game that we see in London from time to time, 2 games on Monday, a game on Tuesday, a game on Wednesday, a game on Thursday. You can play every day except Friday and Saturday. Friday and Saturday is prohibited by the NFL's broadcast antitrust exemption to protect high school and college football. The other 5 days of the week, it's open season. And I'm not saying this is going to be in the next TV contract, but that's where the puck is moving. Get ready for this reality. And you know what? It could move there faster because people like having these games on Tuesday and Wednesday night. I didn't know what to do with myself last night.
No, I didn't either. I love it. I mean, I think the NFL's crazy not to get involved in the next TV deals. Like, let's go. It's the market's there. Who cares? And so many games in general just get lost in the shuffle on Sunday, 1 o'clock. Oh, there's 7 games going on, 8 games. Like that, nobody knows or cares about some of them to know what's going on or any of that. It goes on in other sports, and I think what we learned this year, and I think we could do it even better, but we've learned that we can move schedules and manage and find it out the right way. They're having to do the right thing as far as player safety and figure out how to make sure they give teams the proper rest and figure out the right way to do it. But I would think logistically and all of that they could figure out to have those games, all nights of the week. And I think it's great. Hey, over at England and soccer, they play all nights of the week, all the time. I don't understand why we can't do that now. And I think this year has proven we're capable of pulling it off. I just got to do it the right way. I don't want to see what we saw with the Ravens and Steelers this past week, where, they're going to play 2 games in 4 days or 2 games in 5 days and do that. We got to limit that stuff to just once in a while type of, scenario.
Well, and I've heard the argument that maybe it's time to bring the second bye back. They experimented with that back in 1993, an 18-week season for 16 games.
Right.
So you could go with, you play on a Tuesday or a Wednesday, and then you have your bye that weekend, as the case may be. Or, you could have the same team play
Wednesday and Wednesday.
Weeks. You could play Wednesday and Wednesday, or Tuesday and Wednesday, or Monday and Tuesday, or Tuesday and Monday. There's a lot of flexibility there.
There is.
It will not be something that Howard Katz and the scheduling folks embrace as a positive, because it will complicate their lives. Chris, the other thing too is, to the extent that you start moving games around and flexing games, you do get fan expectations in play, where I've got tickets to a game at 4:00 on Sunday. Wait, it's Tuesday now. Well, I'm supposed to be out of town on Tuesday. So I don't think they could go that far.
No, I don't think they can either.
But you could structure the schedule
right
in April and everyone knows when the games are going to be.
Yeah.
And look, do you run the risk of having a stinker on a Wednesday night in December? Yes, but if people are just looking for things to bet on, I mean, we got to be realistic about it. The Supreme Court opened this Pandora's box, this box full of Pandora, as you would say.
She's in there.
And once it fully matures, it doesn't matter if it's Jaguar. Remember when Jaguars Titans was that Thursday night game that we were like, oh God,
every
we have
year
to watch this again this year.
Right.
And the Jaguars are wearing the mustard uniforms, and it just was an awful display. Well, no, now it's hey, what's going to happen this drive, and how many touchdowns will Tennessee score if it is a bad game like that? So it's there, and I feel like it's coming. I just don't know how soon it's going to come. And it's not because, Chris, you and I like it. It's because there's a lot of money to be made by breaking those games out of that 7, 8, or 9 game cluster at 1 o'clock Eastern on a Sunday.
Yeah, that's what I don't like, just that cluster. That's probably my one big negative of all NFL scheduling right now is, or our job, and as a fan, it's just a lot to watch. Yeah, forget the job, but even as a fan, before I got in this job and had that year where I sat out of football, man, it used to drive me crazy at 1 o'clock trying to sit on the couch, watch all the games, get a feel for what's going on, or there might be 3 really good games going on that have implications. You're like, damn, I just can't pay attention to all of them. If they could fix that, I mean, it would be awesome.
The first Sunday of football season, when you have waited months to watch a game that counts, and you have this explosion of activity that overloads the senses. I've said many times, it's the equivalent of coming down the stairs on Christmas morning and having all of your presents unwrap themselves simultaneously. It's too much. Yeah. It's too much. There's a better way to do it that allows football fans to focus, to enjoy, to appreciate, and ultimately to wager their hard-earned money on whether or not they're going to run the ball, pass the ball, score a touchdown, do whatever.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.